so after that, I just kind of realized like maybe this wouldn't be able, I wouldn't be able to sustain this, what I'm doing now, and actually have the life that I really see for myself. I was actually introduced to the business through my uncle. He helped me get licensed, helped me start my business and build it, and it's been amazing ever since. So I'm gonna actually go over a few things that I help families and business owners with. Can I get sharing abilities, Brina? All right. Can you guys see my screen here?
It says you have, now we can.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So I'm just gonna go over what we call the five gotchas of money. Oftentimes we start our lives and we don't actually talk about like all the things that are going to pile up and go and really happen throughout our lives, right? Or even in our businesses, we don't know what's going to happen. And so I like to talk to people about the five gotchas of money. Now, the first gotcha is unnecessary exposure and loss of your money. The crazy thing about it is most people don't even know that they're exposed, that their money is exposed at all. They don't know at all. Many of us have 401ks with our jobs. Many of us have IRAs. We have Roth IRAs. We are in the stock market. So we're exposed and our money is exposed, especially our long-term money, the money that we plan on retiring with, we plan on buying a home with, that type of money is exposed. And so what we teach people and business owners is to make sure that the bulk of your money is protected and you have that protection on that money. And then take your play money, I like to call it, take your play money and then go play in the market, but you don't want all of your money to be unnecessarily exposed, because even if the market drops 50% and you lose 50% of that money, when the market goes back up 50%, you still have not made back all of that money that you've actually lost. And so I always keep in mind what Warren Buffett likes to say is the best rules of money. Rule number one, never lose your money. And rule number two is to never forget rule number one. You want to make sure that you keep your money growing for you at all times. Gotcha number two is healthcare. How many of us actually know someone who is elderly or someone who faces a lot of health concerns? When we get older, your health declines, but your money is declining along with it. Many people are on a fixed income. Many people actually, maybe they've had health insurance through their job this entire time, and then when they're no longer working, they have to rely on Medicaid or Medicare. And so many people have these bills that pile up. Roughly 60% of all US bankruptcies stem from medical costs. And that number includes a lot of people that are still on health insurance and have health insurance. And so it's not something that is avoidable. You're going to get older and your health is going to decline in some type of way. And so we help clients understand that there's ways to mitigate those costs and take care of that stuff on the front end. So when you're in your later years, you're able to actually enjoy those years and not have to worry so much on how you're going to pay for your medicine or your medical bills. Now, gotcha number three is our favorite topic, and that's taxes. Many people, we all are going to pay taxes, but why pay so many taxes if we don't have to? We always talk about how the wealthy stay wealthy. And most wealthy people stay wealthy because they know how to avoid the taxes that everyone pays. And so there's only three different tax buckets: your tax now, your tax later, and your tax free. Now, I hope everyone has these three buckets in some type of way, but many of us don't, right? Your tax now is going to be your savings, your mutual funds, your stocks. It's going to be your money market accounts and even your bonds. When you make money from your job, it is getting taxed immediately before it even hits your bank account. It's gonna get the taxes taken out of it. And so that's tax bucket number one. Your second is taxed later. And that's basic. A lot of times when your company signs you up and you get your benefits package, they're handing you a tax bill that's going to happen later. Your 401ks, people that work in hospitals and things like that, your 403bs, your traditional IRAs, 457s for state workers and government workers, and your pensions and even annuities. You're going to get taxed later on all of this money you've grown, and nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to have all of this money that they've made over time and saved be taxed, right? And then you have your tax free or tax advantage, actually. That's going to be your Roth IRAs. That's going to be your IUL policies with life insurance and your municipal bonds. That's going to give you the opportunity to grow that money with tax advantages and be able to actually pull it out with tax advantages as well. And then you got gotcha number four. Now, gotcha number four is a little bit different. It is all inflation is a really big thing. And just for those that don't really know, inflation is when we pay for goods and services, how much it's going to cost us year after year. And so inflation definitely has gone up over the last 10, 20, 30 years, right? As you can see here on the slide, it talks about your home prices, your college tuition, what gas used to cost, about how much it was to raise a child, even your car. I don't know about you, but I love eggs. And when you go to the grocery store and you realize that a carton of eggs is almost triple the price it used to be, even just a year to 2 years ago, um, that's a significant indication of inflation. The one thing that has not been inflated is our income. Most people are not making the money that they're going to need in this economy to really even be able to sustain things. They're not making the money. As you can see, from 1990 to 2022, your income only grew 25%, and your car prices grew 377%. Raising a child grew 93%. Gas, oh my goodness, gas is crazy now. It's more than 300%, and so on and so forth. We always say that inflation is like a violent mugger, a frightening armed robbery, and a hitman all wrapped in one. It's really going to take us out. So, are we making sure that we have enough money? Are we making enough money? And if we aren't making enough money, how can we do so? And how can I make sure that I have money during retirement in my later years? And then gotcha number five is it's the one that we all do that we don't always realize that we are doing, which is procrastination. Procrastination is the grave where opportunity is buried, right? If you wait to take care and plan these things, then you're going to get to your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, and you're going to be like, what happened? I don't have enough money. I'm going to have to keep working. Unfortunately, that's how we see a lot of our door greeters at Walmart, our people that hand out samples at Costco, those older people that we always see working these jobs. And we're like, why are you even like, why you're here? It's because sometimes procrastination takes over. And so I got time, most people say, I got time. I'm not there yet. I'm so young. I don't have to worry about that yet. Time sneaks up on us. I turned 30 before my eyes blunk. Before I was blinking, I was 30, and I'll be 40 in another blink of an eye. And so we have to plan ahead so that when we get there, we're not looking around wondering where our next check is going to come. We are not looking around, where's healthcare going to happen? I'm paying all these taxes because now the kids aren't in the home. Now my house is paid off. Now I don't have these tax deductions that I normally would have had and that I've had throughout my life. Um, It's just not going to be there. And so let's always plan ahead so you don't have to make up. It's not, you don't have to make up. So yeah, that's the five gotchas. I also want to talk about just more about life insurance and how it actually can help you in the grand scheme of things with you and your money and your retirement. And so there's only three different types of life insurance. And we call it new life insurance and the new retirement because just like your cell phone, it's actually evolved so much over the years. And so the first type of life insurance is term insurance. Super affordable, but it is going to expire. This is what most people have at their job. And so most people feel like, oh, well, I'm taken care of, my job has me, but it's going to expire when that job expires. When you leave, when you retire, when you switch jobs, you are no longer covered because they are getting a tax break on you having this policy. And so just be mindful of that so that you can have something on the side that you can have for yourself that follows you throughout your life. Then you have the second type of policy, which is ROP. I love ROP because although it is a traditional term, so it is going to expire, but you get a full refund of your money. Many people like to use this actually as a way to have homeowners insurance because once you buy that house, you have that fixed mortgage 15, 25, 30 years. And so, but if something happens to that house, most people have to get rid of the house. That's how we always end up in the scenario of selling grandma's home, selling your mom's home, because now all these bills come up when they pass, and this is our biggest asset. And so policies like this allow us to keep the family home with the family. You pay for it for that period of time, and then when you no longer need it, you get a full refund of your premiums, of your payments, and you're able to use that money in different ways. And then you have permanent insurance. Permanent insurance works just a little bit different. So you're not going to outlive your permanent insurance. It's going to last your lifetime. Not only do you get that death benefit, but you also get living benefits and cash value. Now, living benefits helps with those healthcare benefits that I talked about with the gotchas. It's going to allow you to take care of the things that health insurance doesn't cover when things happen, like getting cancer, having a stroke, having a heart attack, getting in a major accident or incident at work. Living benefits is going to be there so you could take care of those things and use your life insurance while you're still living. That's actually why they named it life insurance, because we need to be using it while we're living, not just after our death. Then you have cash value, which is really a savings component where you're able to grow your money tax free, and then you're able to actually use it with tax advantages. This is a great way to save for your kids' college, a great way to have payroll going through for your business, a great way to put a down payment on a house, many different things that you can actually use this and for retirement. Now your retirement, we call it the new retirement because there's some things that you can create for yourself now. Your money only grows three different ways. The first one is going to be fixed. That's going to be your bank account, your savings accounts. Nobody gets a large deposit at the end of the year in their savings account, even though we wish we would. Nobody does, right? So it's just not going to grow the way that you want it to grow, but it's completely safe for the most part. But then you have that variable account, all of your benefits package at work, all of the individual stocks that we buy, even your home that you buy with real estate. There's no safety in that. When the market goes up and down, so does the value of that home, and so does the money in those accounts. Yes, you can get great growth. You can get great growth, and it can grow overnight, but there's always going to be a dip in the market. You're always going to take a loss. You just don't know if the loss that you take is going to be so significant that you can't recover from it. And we don't know the time or the place we're going to actually need this money. So you have to be mindful of that. The next way is indexing. Now, indexing is giving you the best of both worlds. So not only are you able to have the safety of your bank account, but you're able to grow your money to an extent with just like a variable account. You're going to get that upside potential. And essentially, you're creating your own pension plan. And everybody used to love pension plans because you knew your money was guaranteed. You knew you weren't going to ever run out of money. And so indexing allows us to create business owners, individuals that aren't business owners, their own personal pension plans, so they don't have to worry about in their later years if I'm going to be able to pay for life. Am I going to last in retirement? Do I have to go back to work eventually? So that's all I have for you, ladies. Do anybody have any questions?
Not for
No,
me.
good job.
Oh, go ahead, Toya.
No, I was saying no, good job.
Thanks.
No, because that's I get on Shy nerves. Y'all don't know it. I get on her nerves of like, how can I use this as a bank account? How can I make sure I can add to it? Like how to utilize it the best way possible for like my life.
Hmm.
And then also my business. Because a lot of people don't know you can utilize it in multiple ways. You only think of when someone dies or pass away. So
Yep.
I get on her nerves all the time.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I'd be
So
happy to
y'all
help.
feel free to like ask any questions that come to mind, and if anything comes to mind later, when I tell you she the GOAT, she answer all my crazy questions.
But yes, if you have any questions, I'm gonna put my calendar link if you want to book some time with me, or if you know anyone that might need this information, feel free. I am licensed in every different state, so don't worry about, oh, they're in this place, they're in that place. Let them get the help, and we'll figure out a license later. Um,
And I don't know if y'all caught it, but with her organization, her business. She also can help with your debt. Like if you're in debt or credit
yes,
anything, I that to me stood out when I had a conversation with Shy. Like, oh, you can help, well, you can fix my stuff, like my financial debt, credit, and then also help with the life insurance. So for me, it was like a total package that I've never heard the total package, instead of dibbling and dabbling with different people, like you only have that one person in your business.
yes.
So I like just saying that's something that stood out to me that I like.
Yes. So just to run down all that I help with, I actually can help you with a multitude of things. Not only do I do with life insurance and retirement planning, we do trusts and wills. And I will help you create a budget for yourself. I do full financial analysis for families and people so that we can go through your financials, what it is that you need. Okay, you need this, you need X, Y, and Z. Let's come up with a plan to do that. And like she said, debt consolidations, that's a big one because if you can't afford to get life insurance, you can't afford to put away in retirement, you can't afford to get a will and a trust. Let's figure out how we can help alleviate some of these bills and alleviate some of this debt so that you can afford it. So we're full. We have the full package, and we want to make sure we service people in the way that they need.
But does anybody else have any other questions or just comments or anything before like we move on? But y'all know y'all always got Shy here if you need them. Nope. Okay, cool. All right, so that was pretty much it. That was Shy's whole spiel. If anybody was always see her talking and like, okay, I know Shy, but what she do? That's what she does. And like I said previously, we want to get into that routine at least once a month of rotating so someone else can speak about what is it that you do, bring your expertise to the front forward. And it's not only, we're not trying to like really sell to each other, but I personally love working with people that I actually know. Because, scammers out there. So that's why we want to tell each other what we do. So if you do need anything, you kind of know what this person does. Like, oh, I remember she does this or he does that. The same vice versa. Or like you may have your mom or a family member. You're like, I don't know who to go to, but oh, I remember so and so that I actually know and trust does this. So that's the purpose of us kind of getting a little more personal, knowing what we do outside of her movement so that we can work together or spread the word, however that goes. Just make it a win-win situation. That's the goal.